hello and welcome to this edition of the Farrell Phelps Show. This is actually our first show of the year, 2016. Hey. And my very special guest today is none other than Charnele Brown. Again, we have Charnele in the house again. Yes. I refer to her as a friend to the show. Once you come back a second time, we call you a friend.
But a friend and a friend.
A friend and a friend, because we're friends like way before the show. Charnele, you are doing a lot of things right here in the city of Houston. Yeah. Now, the last time we talked, I know you were working on a stage play.
Yes.
And I know that the production definitely took place.
Yes.
I know you did a big production also in San Antonio, Texas.
We did.
That I actually heard about that from other people too.
Yes, yes.
Not just yourself, but from San Antonio. I'm like, wow, everybody's talking about the play.
Yeah.
So let's catch up a little bit. What's going on with Charnele Brown?
You know something? A lot. I mean, Houston has been really, really good to me. I mean, you guys are great. We were saying earlier that I've been here going on 3 years.
Yeah.
And now, like I said, they're not fearful that I'm going to take their babies and children and husbands and wives. Yeah, so they know that I'm here to stay, which is really wonderful. So they're opening up a little bit more.
Good.
And we have our acting classes are still going on. Which is incredible. 95% of our actors are working, which I think is great. But we're going to be going. We're going to be going over to the Deluxe Theater on Lyons Avenue.
It used to be
theater.
Awesome
my
theater.
God!
Awesome
127 seater. This place is amazing. I think it used to be a theater. I mean, a movie house.
Yes.
And they turned it into a theater for Fifth Ward. Awesome. It's amazing, and so I think we're going to be housing, the school there, which I'm honored.
That's a great spot for. I mean, because I went to a couple of productions. In fact, I can tell you the last time I was there, and I can tell you why I remember it. The last time I was in that theater, it was the day that Whitney Houston passed away, and I was actually sitting in a stage play, and I got a text message, and I thought, just like I thought when I saw the one with Michael Jackson years back, I'm like, oh no, somebody's playing. And then I had some friends with me, and they began getting the same text message. I'm like, oh my God, Whitney really passed away. Yeah. But that was my last time in that theater. Yeah. But I remember the setting is awesome.
Beautiful.
In there. It's a beautiful venue, and it's a great place for you to do what you're doing. Yeah, absolutely. Now, we can talk about you all day long because there's so many things that Charnele is doing.
Yeah.
Now, with the acting, and I've had a lot of people ask me about you in the acting academy and things like that. How do people find out a little bit more about the acting academy?
You know what's so interesting about the school? I don't publicize. It's by word of mouth because it's not about the money, which I love money, but it's not about. But it's not about that. It's about getting people that really want to do the work.
Okay.
Because I mean, after all, that's my reputation.
Yeah.
And so my reputation is far better than money. I can get money. I always get money. It's hard to get a reputation. Yeah. And so so what happens is God sends me people, and I realized that I didn't know that it was a ministry. I had no idea that when they came, it was something more than just acting. There was something else that needed to be healed.
Yeah.
Wow. And then in turn they heal me. So it's kind of scary. I'm like, yo, God, I didn't sign up for this, but I guess he trusts me enough to have these people come into my life and we change in the journey, all the journeys together that we have in the learning process. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Wow. What I say often is that we get what we give.
Yeah.
And when you're that kind of person, you're giving and you're sowing seeds into people to help them to grow into the full potential that God has for their lives, it comes back to you.
It does.
It's like a bank. You can't make a withdrawal from places you've not made deposits.
Exactly.
So each time that you have a class, you're making a deposit into the lives of those actors that are sitting right there with you.
I love that. What's so incredible about that? When I wake up, that's my deposit. That's my reward. Because getting up in the morning, people, we take it for granted. We can wake up dead, folks.
Yeah.
We can wait. So when I wake up, I'm like, thank you, God.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Another day.
Another day.
Another day. And another day gives you another opportunity to do something.
50-50 chance to get it right.
Come on now. 50-50 chance to get it right. Yeah.
Right.
And it's so important that we actually count our blessings. So often we look at life and go, oh, I don't have this, I don't have that. We think about the things that we don't have. But I think it's important that we focus on what God has blessed us to have. And not so much focus on the negative. The negative. Man, we go back a long way. We've been friends for like 20 some years. like a long time. And I remembered.
Your dreads.
I had dreadlocks at the time. Yeah, I had hair. Yeah, it was a minute. And I remember what I really remember about. Of course, the trip to San Diego is what I always remember. So I just want to tell y'all real quick. So I think y'all took the bus.
We took the bus.
They took the bus. So I was going to shoot the stage play, which was an awesome stage play.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, it was a white.
Oh Lord!
No, it was a white give up on the white.
Why? I wanted to say why do I get married to, but that's Tyler.
That's not it.
It was off of Coffee Clutch. It was an adaptation of
it was something like why give up and why give in or something. But anyway, it was a great stage play, and I remember I was excited for us to go and all this good stuff. And you guys said y'all taking the bus, and I'm like, y'all can take the bus, but I think I'm gonna fly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'll meet y'all in San Diego.
Yep. And we took the bus, and we should have flew.
And okay, but we had a wonderful time. It was a great stage play, and ever since I saw that stage play, I always look for more from Charnele.
There's a lot more coming.
A lot more coming. And now you had one that was. Here in Houston as well, at the U of H at one point. I know you had the one in San Antonio, which I really wanted to see.
We're going to bring it here. Because actually, I think delving into when Mrs. Obama, her initiative with the veterans and being homeless, you know, and so we thought, wow, why don't we do something, you know, to honor, whether you agree with the fighting or not, they're still going over there for us.
Absolutely.
Now, people don't understand that if they didn't, we'd have some problems, you know, whether you like it or not.
Yes.
So we wanted to express you know, appreciation of what's happening, and so we did it based around a homeless shelter, and all these people come together and realize they're from different parts of the service. And they heal. They heal. And really realize that you're not alone.
Wow.
You're not the only one.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. And I think it's so important, and I've come to the realization even more so in recent weeks, the importance of honoring our veterans.
Oh, God, yes.
Because there are so many veterans that are going through so much, and they have fought for us.
Yeah.
But I don't always feel like the United States is treating these veterans the way that they need to be treated.
I agree.
You know, I just don't. And the other day, Charnele, I was driving by the Veterans Cemetery, and they had put all the wreaths on every grave in that cemetery, and I drove through that cemetery, and it was so many graves that it was breathtaking. In fact, I posted it on Facebook because I took pictures and I posted it, but it was mind-blowing. And for me, when I saw that, I'm like, this has to be the next project that I do.
Definitely.
That's going to be the next documentary that I do.
Wonderful.
Absolutely. Once I get past and get the Freemanstown documentary done, in which you're going to be a part of the Freemanstown documentary, whether you know it or not. You're going to be. You have to be. Oh my God.
Breathtaking, strong.
Yeah. We have some amazing people in the project. We just did this weekend, in fact, Archie Bell of Archie Bell and the Drells back in the day. Archie just joined in. We have another name that I can't quite say yet because we haven't, but it's a really good name. But we all have good names.
I know what you're saying.
They all have good names. But it's somebody that everybody would know for sure. It's just coming along really well. We've got Jill Brown in the project. She was the last person to perform with Louis Armstrong. We have Eric Anthony, one of the former Houston Astros. We have Dr. Thomas Friedman, who taught the actors in the movie The Great Debaters with Denzel Washington.
Wow.
We have an all-star cast in this documentary.
Now, what about your book? Well, it's in the. You have to tell. I know you.
The book In My Lifetime.
Yes.
Yes. In My Lifetime, it's I'm blessed because of the book. A tremendous blessing because of the book. Needless to say, and it sits in the Texas Southern Library.
Woo!
It actually sits. It also sits in the White House. It's also in HCC Library, and most recently the Gregory Lincoln Library, which has the highest rating that any library can have. I'm really excited about the project, and I'm excited when I'm able to bring friends into my project, like you. People that I know, because I know that people like yourself, because I care about it, you're my friend, you're going to care about it too.
Exactly.
And so that's important to me. You know what? We got so much to talk about. Yes. We're going to be back in just a moment. You guys stick around. We'll be back with our next guest, Deloris Madison of Deloris Madison. All right, welcome back to this edition of the Farrell Phelps Show with my wonderful guest, Charnele Brown.
Hello.
All right, and my second guest, Deloris Madison of Deloris Madison Productions. So much is going on in the city of Houston and H-Town, and a lot of times we don't know that, but Hollywood is right here in the city of Houston. Y'all better recognize that we got Miss Charnele Brown right here in the house, Deloris Madison of Deloris Madison Productions. Now, you guys are actually kind of like, in a way, like collaborating on something. Tell me a little bit about that. I know it's coming up in the end of the month, right?
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about what you guys are doing.
Well, it's an acting workshop. It's for individuals that not really sure if they actually want to be actors. Maybe they're trying to fill out the industry, see what it's all about. It's a great way to get a lot of industry knowledge. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah. So when you say it's a great way to get a lot of industry knowledge, give me an example of what industry knowledge is.
Well, as we have Charnele Brown, that would be one of the speakers there. We also have Nakia Dillard. He's a professional actor as well. So they're going to give some different tips and answer a lot of questions that people may have. And
she's being sweet.
Come on with it, Charnele. Come on with it.
Bottom line is this, acting classes are very expensive. And so what we want to do is, being that, we've met, and we want to make sure that you don't waste your money or time. So we're going to be going and seeing if this is what you really want to do, because it's expensive. And so when kids, my baby's funny, my baby's this, that's $600. That you wasted because your baby's cute and not talented. I'm going to keep it real.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Deloris here, bringing in to see whether or not this is what you want to do. So I'm going to be bad cop. You don't even know it yet. Just they need to see that, and if you can get past that, then, we're okay. And then you can come my class. So we're like teaming up. So once she goes through and there's something they want to do, then they can spend their money. If they're not, they didn't waste their money.
Wow. And you know what? I see that as integrity. I really do. Because a lot of times you can just bring people in just because you want their money or you're being greedy. But when I see you operating in this manner where you're letting them test this out to see if they do have the skill to actually do the acting, I have to give you a round of applause for that. Because, there are so many agencies and entities out there that have actually made it bad for the people that are good.
Yes.
Who are trying to do the right thing and be honest in their profession and what they do. So when you have somebody who will actually put them through the ringer and see if they actually got the chops or not and tell them the truth, that is integrity. And that's integrity. And I would definitely say we need more people in the industry like that.
Yeah.
And oftentimes for me, of course, being a photographer and a talk show host, among other things, people always ask me about, hey, I need to find out about an acting class or an agency or this. I get it like all the time. And there are a couple of places that I recommend. And when they talk about acting, I instantly say Charnele Brown.
Oh, thank you.
And that's, when I say Charnele Brown, I don't say Charnele Brown because we're friends.
Right.
I say, because if we were friends and you were raggedy, I wouldn't tell nobody.
I know. That's true.
Yeah. And if you were my friend, you wasn't going to be raggedy anyway. Let me preface it by saying that.
You would love that raggediness.
Oh, exactly. I would love you and all your raggedness. I'll tell you about it. Okay. But it's important, so I when I do recommend, I feel good recommending because I know I'm putting them in good hands. And I like for people to feel the same way about me if they come to me for photography. I like for them to know they're in good hands when they've been recommended.
Right.
Because that's so important. And my business, like your business, is all word of mouth.
Yeah.
I don't advertise my photography business. I got my billboard outside, but but I don't advertise the business.
Yeah.
So everything is completely word of mouth. So it takes a special person to have a business that continues to thrive without advertisement. But it also means that you have integrity in what you're doing.
Yeah. It's important.
It's
that gift of discernment because when I met her, for some I can't explain it. I just love her. I don't know what it is. I want to do as much as I can and boundaries so she can do what she has to do. But I just think that sometimes you have to pass the baton. And she's God will bring the right person. Absolutely. I've met a lot of people, but when I saw her, I was like, oh,
Okay.
There's something about this young lady.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a blessing to be able to have someone like Charnele, and I'm very thankful for her. So.
And I want to know what actually inspired you to put on this particular seminar. What actually motivated you to do this?
Well, I work with a lot of people that don't have experience. So they don't have experience, and people always tell me, "Well, why don't you do acting classes?" Because I just do the plays.
Okay.
And I'm like, well, I never really thought about it. And so it just came to me, just do a workshop.
Yeah.
And so it's crazy how I met Charnele, and she kind of gave me some guidance and advice and things like that.
Okay.
And there we were. So it was really just helping those people. Always come to me, what do I got to do? Where should I go? Where do I start? And so I said, well, why don't I just do something where they can get all the information that they need?
Yeah, that's great. So, what I did know when Charnele called me and said, Phil, I want to come on the show to do, I got something coming up. I said, okay, great. I already knew that whoever Charnele was bringing on board was going to be all right.
Yeah. All right.
We're not going to bring divas up in here.
No.
One diva up in here.
But that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Oh no, diva to me is wonderful. Everybody else is.
Oh, see, there it is. Charnele said it.
That's right.
Man diva. Man diva.
Man diva. That's right. That's right. Exactly.
Wow. It's really a good thing though. On a serious note, that you guys are doing what you're doing. Because so often people think they have to fly out to LA, they have to be in New York.
Right.
They don't realize what we have right here in the city of Houston. You know? Yeah.
Now with the oil, because back in the day we were fighting the oil, you guys had money.
Yeah,
so they
it was
really
different.
didn't care. Now the prices are going down, and now they're trying to look for an outlet for money.
Yeah.
And that's how they're working on the incentives. Because back in the day we talked about it.
We did talk about it.
Way back when it first came back here, and now it's coming to fruition.
Yeah, isn't that something?
Yeah.
Isn't
great.
that something?
It's
yeah.
great.
And that's the thing. Times change.
Yeah.
And we have to be able to evolve with that change.
Right.
And Charnele, when I think about change, I think about you from a different world.
Yeah.
Kimberly Reese. And time has evolved.
Yes.
So much has changed,
Yeah.
and you went from that to the acting school, to writing the stage plays, to taking books and turning them into stage plays. Which is one of the reasons that you got to get out of here in just a second. With your busy schedule. But I always thank you for coming out and participating, being a part of the show. You always do a wonderful job when you're here.
Well, thank you.
And I'm looking forward to us collaborating.
Yes, we will. We'll talk.
And we'll talk. We'll talk. And all that good stuff. All right. We're going to be back in just a moment. You guys stick around. We're going to wrap this thing up. All right. We'll be back in just a moment. All right, welcome back to this edition of the Phil Phelps Show, where my guest is none other than Miss Charnele Brown and Deloris Madison of Deloris Madison Productions. Yeah. I always enjoy you when you come, man.
It's like family's home.
I know, man. I love it. I absolutely love it. We were talking about the acting thing because that's what you guys are all about, Now, how do people actually find out about what you're doing? How do they find out?
Well, they can go to the website. My website is DelorisMadisonProductions.com.
Okay.
We have an Eventbrite link. So it's So You Want to Be an Actor?
That's how they find you on
That's how you can find in Houston. So You Want to Be an Actor.
So you want to be an actor?
Yes.
Okay.
But it's right. The link is right on the website.
Okay.
That you can go and you can register and get in there.
And get that information. Is there a phone number that they can also contact you guys at?
So you can give a call at 832-773-1777.
All right. There it is. I'm going to ask you to say it one more time for people that might be a little slow like myself.
So 832.
Not quite like that.
No, it's 832-773-1777.
Okay,
fantastic. Now, Charnele, how do people find out about you and what you're doing in your school and so forth?
God, it's like my name is like a needle next. Actually, it's email. You can email me, TriwenProductions22@yahoo.com. and it's Triwen, Triwen Productions 22@yahoo.com, and the number 310-491-4916. And also, 7-year-olds on up will be taking classes.
7 and up will be able to take classes with Charnele Brown in her school. Yeah. Okay, that's great information to have. Now, Charnele, I can't let you go without asking you a particular question. And the only reason I want to ask this question is because I want to talk about it a little bit. Because we talk about things that are real on the show.
Yeah.
And by you being here, you were in the show A Different World. We all know that was a spinoff from the Cosby Show. Now, Bill Cosby right now is in a lot of controversies going on surrounding Bill. I just wanted to ask you, what do you feel about that, Charnele?
Well, I love him. I respect him. I'm just like I said, I'm very, very, very disappointed in our African American race. I don't care about any other race. They do what they do. Us, we have been, we keep forgetting where we came from. We're still, from slavery, and we're still being bonded. In bondage in certain ways, and now you're going to put him in bondage. We forget, where we came from, and that's the important thing. I don't condone what he did. I don't know what he did. My thing is, I don't understand that all of these women and no convictions. Now, everybody's saying, well, if it's 50 of them, that has to be true. Well, back in the day, they were hanging us, and the juror was what, 12 of them all said guilty, but they were guilty. So how can you say because majority says we have no proof? And I have to get on the colleges, these black colleges. You know something? You didn't stick by him, but you didn't give him back his money. So I love him, I respect him, and I'm down for Mr. Cosby.
All right. And that actually comes from somebody that actually had a close relationship with Bill Cosby. And actually the actress Charnele Brown, who played Kimberly Reese on A Different World. So I really wanted to get it from somebody that was connected. Because we can see all kind of stuff, read all kind of stuff as far as the media is concerned.
And we believe the hype. Facebook is the devil.
It certainly can be. It certainly be when it's misused.
Because we don't know what's real and what's not, and we're taking it, and we're just going like sheep.
Yeah.
Do your research before you start, remarking on things that you know nothing about. Be very careful about that.
Right, because life and death is in the power of the tongue. You can build somebody up, or you can actually destroy them with the words from your mouth.
There you go.
That pink sword right there. That pink sword.
Yeah.
I thank you guys so much for joining me on this edition. I certainly thank you guys for coming on today. And for more information on the show, you can certainly reach me at Let's Talk About It 12tv@gmail.com. That's Let's Talk About It 12tv@gmail.com. You can also go to my Facebook page. Simply type in the name Farrell Phelps. You'll see my Facebook page for the show as well. And then you can also go to my website. It's farrellphelps.com. All right, folks. Until next time, I'll see you then.